a podcast that talks about music, movies, sports, and news. To know the people, promoting and sharing with the world a beautiful story. This is Frail Fragment's Monster Closet. Hey, this is the Monster Closet, episode 140, Wednesday, May 21st, 2025. I'm here with Corey Douglas Stevens from the Poobs, bringing the storm at Poobs World Tour. We're playing alongside Mr. Mule, ElKabong, the Poobs, and now Germany's own, the Deadnotes. We found out today that they're going to be potentially added to the bill. It sounds like Vertagogo want to go ahead with that. So, I mean, they dropped the Deadnotes on our lap from Germany. We're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. It's going to be a fun night. We're also celebrating Corey's birthday party. That's going to be pretty sick. I'll have a beer with you for sure. Yeah, it's Saturday, June 14th, 2025 at Vertagogo in Hamilton. You can get tickets on Fana Tickets. I'll put the link in the description. Just a bit about the Poobs. They're a three-piece band. I think they're from Hamilton. Bass, drums, guitar, vocals. We want to say a big thanks and shout out to the Poobs for stepping up this show. And Corey, thank you for being on the Monster Closet today. I know you're a busy fucking guy, man. How are you? How's everything? What's new and exciting?
All right, tired, doing the doubles all the time. Heading off to Great Staircase Theater tonight. Everyone support the Staircase Theater.
Cool.
But, yeah. So just weekdays, you know how they are. Actually, today's Wednesday. Never mind.
You're a man of many jobs and exciting things. How long has the Poobs been around?
Well, Brian and I met in grade 10, and so that would have been like 2003, 2002, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, 2002, and then we started the Hobos with our buddy Sean. Then in college, I rented Brian's basement, and we would jam every single day, and we would just jam all the time, and as you do in your 20s. And then we met Adam, who worked the cash at the nearby beer store, and we convinced him to come and jam. And then we got him to play a bunch of really weird music. He actually came to have one last jam before quitting, and that was the jam when like the songs clicked, and he was like, I see what they're doing, because we were getting to do all these like weird things. And if you don't have them memorized and you're having to like stop, count in the next weird thing, then it doesn't make sense. But he like started to memorize, all right, this is what I'm doing next, this is what I'm doing next. And then we make it to the end of the Space Jam. And he was like, that was kind of fun. And then he didn't quit the band. And he told us, he's like, I came here to quit. But like, no.
And now he speaks your language now, bro. Like he speaks your language, right?
We're trying to write a song right now, and it's bringing us troubles, but we're like constantly just like, he's just like playing a beat. Brian and I are just doing like dumb things, and then we have a whiteboard where we're keeping things in order. And as actual, it gets arranged. As it gets arranged, then we'll like really more present it to him. Be like, all right, this is the part where you're doing this. This is the part where you're doing this. This is the part where you're doing this. Instead of just like jamming the parts out, feeling them out, getting ideas, and then compiling them together.
It's really nice that your drummer is an easygoing guy like that. Like there's been drummers in my past that I've worked with that, you can't really tell what to do. It's come to be the story for drummers in kind of like my career anyway. But the drummer like Frail Fragment's playing with now, he's a real like easy guy to kind of say, hey man, I hear this, do this, or here's the recording, go ahead and do it, right? He doesn't bring that ego. So it's really refreshing. Like when you have a guy like that you can just kind of just bounce ideas off of, and he, doesn't take anything to heart really, like he's validated already.
Yeah, no, Brian and I are very lucky to have Adam on our team.
Yeah.
Adam's the man. Yeah, there would be no Poobs without Adam.
Because, dude, like kick-ass drummers, man, they bring that. Like a lot of the time, in my experience anyway, they bring that, like, they want to show what they can do, and it's cool that if you have that energy where he can show what he can do with really taking in account what you want, right? Mm-hmm. So that's awesome. And it sounds like you guys have the recipe for disaster into greatness. And I'm excited to play with you guys, and it's gonna be cool.
We try to not take things too seriously. It is like You know, it's a chance to get together like once a week and just like, bash around on the gear, just whatever you want. Because Adam plays in a cover band, and while I'm sure that's a lot of fun in many ways, you show up and you're playing "Sweet Child of Mine" or whatever. Whereas it comes here and it's got some weird beat he wants to dick around on, we're like, yeah, play the weird beat. Him and Brian got the chi. That's kind of like the joke is that Brian and Adam are the band, and I just get to like yell and like play jerk off solos on top of the band, right?
Well, they're the rhythm section kind of, right? Like it's cool if they're speaking the same language, right? It makes your job easier anyway.
Yeah. I just show up and say dumb things, like, and then everyone's like, oh.
All right, yo, Corey, I don't want to keep you for too long. I know you're like a real busy guy, man. And I just want to tell you a little bit about me, right? Like I started this Monster Closet thing and it was just a bit like my boy and I like kind of just talking about what's going on in our lives and what's going on during the week. And then I booked a tour, like I book a tour every year, about 8 shows, and I kind of make them, because just to backtrack with ADD, like fucking from 2007 to 2011, we did like 350 shows across southern Ontario with my brother-in-law, the bass player Ian, who also lives in Hamilton.
Yeah.
And yeah, like we did a lot of shows together, and it just, he's been with me since 2005. And we have some newer guys like came in like 2017, 2018 kind of thing. And we just kind of wanted to do it again. And we have, like, I have kids. Ian has 3 kids. I have 2 kids. And like, I work 40 hours a week. And like, just meeting you and having this podcast, this is like 4 hours of editing and getting it out there and everything. But I really feel that like now I can't play 350 shows a year. I'm doing 8 shows a year, but I'm going to make those shows as special as I can. So yeah. I reach out to the musicians, and I know everyone's busy, bro, and I appreciate you putting yourself out there, and you don't know what to expect. And I got a sense of who you are, and when I walk into that bar on June 14th, we can celebrate your birthday in a more it's just in a different light, right? It's not just high and by. What were you saying?
Well, no, we always make a point of staying and like chilling with all the bands and seeing everybody's set. That's important. Actually, the last time we played at Vertagogo, it was a fun afternoon, but it was like a 2 p.m. show. Not many people came out. All the bands were all saying afterwards, it's like, yeah, well, thanks for staying and watching us play. And it's like, thanks for staying and watching us play. And
yeah,
make friends, and that's how scenes are built.
Yeah, I like to, we got to support each other. This is hard to do, right? And it has to be celebrated as well because, you get it, right? You're doing all these jobs. You're throwing in a practice once a week. And then you're booking shows and you're coordinating this and you're celebrating birthdays and you're hoping people show up and the lights are on and like all this shit happens. But at the end of the day, like when we're on stage playing, that's a sacred time because not everybody can go through all of that and, stick with it and get along. It's something special, right? So it's like we share that, right? We all share that night, right? So whether you're from fucking Germany, from Hamilton, from Toronto, whatever, right? So it's cool, man.
Hamilton's a good hub too. I've been doing sound throughout the city for a long time, and so I've gotten to observe the scene and its different, the different scenes of the scene. Like literally working at almost every venue in the city over the past like 10 or 15 years, and it's nice seeing people come together and just like play music.
And Hamilton has always had like musically my heart, like for sure, because when I was playing shows in 2011 or 2007 rather, we were playing with like Harm from Hamilton. I don't know, like you're a Hamilton guy, you might know those guys, but they're serious dudes. Engine Empire, Wentworth, Blacklist Manifesto, like all of these bands. Hamilton has always had like a flag with like something's in the water there, something's off in their music, and it's amazing. I was upset when I heard about the Casbah, right? Man, that's like a sick venue, and we played the Corktown last. Things changed. Things are changing in Toronto, man. Like a lot of our bars and clubs.
There's a constant evolution of it all, and like the Casbah closes, but like Hess is starting to sort of look like more venues than dance clubs. Right.
Right.
That was like 20 30 years ago, it was the same thing. It was venues. It wasn't all DJ disco, but like 2010 to like 20, like I guess 2020 is what kind of killed it. Like it was all dance clubs. 2006 when I started going to Hess, like all dance clubs. There was like no venues at all. But now you got Ooey Gooey's in there. Absinthe is like returned to Hess apparently.
Doors Pub?
The Doors Pub, yeah, of course, the Doors Pub. But I mean, like with like inside Hess, what was the name of that place just down on the Lazy Flamingo? Lazy Flamingo's something new now too, and it's a venue, isn't it? Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I
Cool.
could be wrong on that, but
that's some serious insight, though, bro. That's some serious insight. So yeah, it's actually things are changing for the better as far as live music goes in Hamilton.
Better, we'll find out. But it's the ebb and flow, you know. There's like it's a beating heart, and like there's also the Bright Room, which is at Staircase Theater. They're putting on shows. You can check that out on Instagram. And then Vertagogo is a sweet venue. It's a fantastic. I played there the one time, and like the sound was fantastic, and it's just big room. Drum sets provided, bass amp is provided.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
And Bridgeworks bringing in like some great touring acts, and you know, putting on like all kinds of really great shows that like, you know, is a great opportunity for all Hamilton musicians. You know, you put on an amazing show at Mills Hardware, and who knows, maybe you get that phone call to go on the big stage.
Yeah. Corktown's a good spot too, bro. Corktown.
Well, yeah, the Corktown, of course. Yeah, I was doing sound on the Corktown on the weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a great spot. Jim's a great dude. Jim is, you know, he's an important part of the Hamilton music scene because he is like it's a double-story venue that he's like keeping in business and, you know, getting bands to play there all the time. There's shows, like whether it's in the bar area or on the main stage on the main floor or the upstairs stage, and you know, there's great things happening in the city.
He's a rock star. So are you, Corey. We're gonna see your can't wait to play with you. Saturday, June 14th at the Vertagogo. It's $10. Mr. Mule, Frail Fragment. What's this other? Germany's. Yeah, Germany's Deadnotes. We got ElKabong. We got everybody but the kitchen sink is gonna be at that place playing that show. Seems like, but no, five is all right. We got a mini festival, like Corey was saying, mini festival, but for $10, come on, man. You know, we're putting ourselves out there. Yeah, I don't know.
$2 a band. That's great. What a deal. Where else are you going to see two band for $2?
There you go. And it's Corey's birthday too. So frailfragment.com at Frail Fragment for me and for the Poobs at Poobs World Tour. Thank you so much, Corey, for being on the show. Much love. We'll see you soon. Peace.
See you soon, pal.
That song's about being lost in space with absolutely no porn. None.